go beyond and become clubs with a connection that is stronger than just the same team name and uniform. To be considered a club, there should be technical and tactical connections in which what happens in one age group transfers to what happens at another age group. The club tactical development system taught by the NSCAA aims to integrate the teaching of ideas that carry on through the different age groups of a club. One of the concepts behind the NSCAA club development program is that of team shape, meaning the placement of players on the field.
One of the shapes that we look at is the diamond shape in the 5 versus 5. The diamond shape gives us the possibility of passing the ball vertically forward or sideways or backwards. If you change that diamond shape to like a 2-1-1 with 2 outfield players and one midfield player and 1 forward, that changes the different passing lanes and the different passing options. So the kind of shape that the coach chooses in the 5v5 would really help players with certain patterns of play. You really see it in the 8 versus 8, where we like them to play in a 2-3-2. If you put them in a 3-3-1, that's a different kind of shape almost entirely. If you put them in a 3-2-2, it's another different shape. You can teach different concepts using different shapes. So shape has a very important place in teaching.
In this club development system, the focus is on teaching the individual player the responsibilities and possibilities of the positions in the diamond in such a manner so that as the player becomes older and the number of players on a side increases, the basic concepts of the diamond formation remained the same. This progression from the basic 5 versus 5 game to the full field 11 versus 11 game provides a blueprint for clubs to prepare their players for the challenges of each level of play.
What we recommend for clubs who have 5 and 6-year-olds is to play with 3 players, 3 versus 3. The developmental stage for a young player can't handle very much more than having 2 teammates out on the field. If you start getting 5 or 6 teammates for a 6 and 7-year-old, they just for a 5 and 6-year-old, they just won't be able to handle it. So 3 versus 3 gives a child an opportunity to have the ball and trying to avoid all the clumping that happens all over the world, by the way. Doesn't matter what country you go into, children clump around the ball. So reduce those numbers to 3 versus 3. Then when they get to be 7 and 8, we recommend going to a 4 outfield player shape or system where those outfield players are arranged in a diamond shape. The diamond shape gives us a player at the back, 2 players in wide positions, and a player in the forward position. So it really is the lowest number of players that you can have, which represent 3 pieces of the team: backs, midfield players, and forwards. It is also the smallest number you can get to give us 3 passing directions: forwards, sideways, or backwards, because you have 3. The player with the ball has 3 teammates, and that's vitally important. The other thing that we like about the diamond shape in the 5 versus 5 is that the actual shape itself teaches much of the concepts that the coach needs to teach. We feel as though 7 and 8-year-olds can handle that particular shape and those numbers. 9 and 10-year-olds, we want them to play, or we think they should be playing with 8 players, 7 outfield players plus a goalkeeper. That 2-3-2 shape gives us those 2 diamonds. And once again, when a player has the ball in one diamond, they will try and execute some of the ideas that they were taught when they were 7 and 8. If they can't play the ball down through that diamond, they go sideways. If they can't do that, they might play the ball. The fullback would play the ball to the other fullback, who then looks up and has another diamond in front. So the teaching ideas that we do with the players when they are 7 and 8 directly transfer over to the teaching ideas when they're 9 and 10. And then the final stage will be the 11v11. We encourage teams to play in a 3-4-3, and that will then present with 3 diamonds. And so the players are making the same choices. If the ball is on one side of the field, that gives us 1 diamond. We've been teaching them the different choices since they were 7 and 8 years of age.
5 and 6-year-olds learn many important skills from the 3 versus 3 game. When players reach the ages of 7 and 8, they're ready to learn about positional possibilities in the game of soccer. The simplest beginning point for teaching these possibilities is the 5 versus 5 game. In the 5 versus 5 game, the NSCAA encourages players to adopt a diamond shape with one player at the back called the center back or defender, who is number 4. Two players at midfield called the right midfielder, who is number 7, and the left midfielder, who is number 11, and one player up the field called the forward, who is number 9. The 5th player is the goalkeeper, shown as number 1 in the diagram. This shape provides good visual cues to the players as to whether to pass the ball forward, sideways, or backwards. The opposing players have the choice to either mark the attacking players closely, which opens up the middle of the field, or stay in the middle of the field, which means the number 7 and number 11 players are open. As the players learn to play the positions of the diamond, the goalkeeper and center back learn to move their positions based on what each other is doing. For example, when the goalkeeper is in possession of the ball, the center back should go diagonally opposite the goalkeeper. This creates a passing window from the goalkeeper to the forward, or if the space is occupied, a passing angle to the center back. By going wide, the midfielders stretch the opposing defenders across the field and force them to choose between defending central space or marking them tightly. This gives the goalkeeper and the center back a good visual cue as to where to pass the ball. In the following field sessions, players are instructed on a variety of positional responsibilities and tactics in the diamond shape of the 5 versus 5 game. The instruction is designed to provide the players with an understanding of each position's role and how to react to the visual cues that they encounter during play in this type of formation.
All right, are you ready? So, blacks are going to defend, yellow's going to attack, play out of this shape, off we go. And stop right there. Okay, good. Now, when this player has the ball over here, I'm going to call this player the number 4. I'm going to call you the number 7. I'm going to call you the number 11, and you're the number 9. You're the number 4 for the black. You're the number 9 for the black. You're the number 11 for the black, and you're the number 7 for the black. What number did I give you? And what number did I get you? 11. You're 7, and you're 7, and you're 11. Okay, so this number 4 here, when this player has the ball, the first thing you're trying to do is try and play the ball to the center forward. But I want the center forward to try and stretch it as far as you can. Number 9, push it up. And now what you're trying to read is, can you make this pass through here? If you can't make that pass through there, it will be because of this. Their number 9 is in the way, or their number 11 has come inside, or the number 7 has come inside. Come on in. Number 7 has come inside. So if you can't make that pass, get in the way, number 9. Now what are you going to do? You're going to play the ball sideways, all right? So that's 2 different directions you can pass in. Try and go forward. But if you can't go forward, go sideways. But once you pass this sideways, I want you to come over and support, because if that ball comes back to you, stand still. Now what do you have? A pass through there. So that's why whenever so play the ball over here. Now when the ball comes back to you, there's a space, that's it. And that's going to happen almost every time. So number 4, whenever you play the ball there or there, always go and follow it. Play the ball in, stretch it, number 9. All right, play the ball over here. We are live. Good. Oh, ho, ho. Blacks have it, 1-0 yellow, play. And stop. How about this for a diamond shape? What do you think I want number 9 to do for the blacks? All the way down there. What do I want the number 11 to do? All the way out wide. And the number 7, all the way out wide. Okay. These players here on the touchline, I wanted to learn to move sideways on. And I wanted to try and learn to keep looking at the ball even when you come away. Now, are you just going to let me do this? What are you going to do? You're going to come with me, right? You're defending me, aren't you? All right? So now, I might bring him this way, but there are times when you need to come back. So what the number 7 and the number 11 must learn to do is to move up and down on the touchline, sideways on. The second thing is to make sure that you don't run away facing this way, and when you turn, you don't turn and come back this way, play the ball to me. Because which way am I facing when I receive it? The wrong way. So what we're looking for is for this player to make themselves available sideways on for the following kind of ideas. When I come back in here, if I'm sideways on, can I see this player? If I can see that they've laid off, ball please, then you're going to play the ball to my front foot and I'm going to attack. Okay, so go over there, number 9. All right, take him away, miss. Take him away. Take him away. Keep going. Now, when she comes back, let her come back by herself. Now come back. Come on, play the ball to her. Good, and now you're going to attack this player because of the space. Good. Now let's do that quickly this time. You two go back 4 or 5 yards. Take him away. Let it happen, yellows. Take him away, and you stay there. And back quickly. Yeah, good. Ask for it. Good. Beat him, beat him, beat him. Yes. Go on, dribble inside if you have to. Good, play. Oh, good try. Great save. And good, play, play. Can you go forward? Get into your shape. Good, and stop. Well done. Couldn't go forward, so he couldn't go sideways, so he went backwards. Well done. Ball in over here, please. Excellent. So these are the 3 directions. Always try and go forward if you can. Go sideways if you can't, or backwards if you absolutely have to. Come back in over here. You were tight. Turn around. Take a touch. Play the ball back. Play. Excellent. Good. And stop. Well done. I like it. I like it. That's good. Play the ball back in here again. All right. Now, if a number 9 stretches it a bit, stretch it. Go with him, please, number 4. You two are now beginning to look for combinations with different players. One is this player, and one is that player. Play the ball to him. Okay. Now, if she's tight, and go and support, give the ball back to him and go behind her. Behind her that way. Good. All right, let's do that one again. Come in over here. Let it happen, miss, if you would. All right, play the ball. Yeah, go and support him. Go behind her. Good. That's called a double pass. So that's one combination you can do. On the other hand, come back. As the ball's rolling to her, my number 9 comes to. Try and play a 1-2 pass off of number 9. There. There. Faster than that. It's too slow. Let's do it again. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Let it happen, Black. Get nice and tight. Good, good. Yes, now that's it. Good. So they're 2 of the basic combinations, but let me show you just one more thing that the flank players can do. I'll just take this player's place over here. Come over here. This is one little skill I'd like you to learn. Come nice and tight. Play the ball to me here. Play the ball to that foot because he's tight on me. Okay, stay away. Go away. Go away. Here, there, there. It's called passing the ball to yourself. Players in these positions, I'd like to see you learn that skill. Go in there. Play the ball to a right foot. Clip it for yourself. Good. Try and clip it to yourself if you can. We'll restart the exercise by her doing this successfully. Don't play the ball into it too hard. Get nice and tight, Black. Good. Yes, and play. Superb. Oh!
The 5 versus 5 game uses the smallest number of outfield players possible to understand principles that translate to the 8 versus 8 and 11 versus 11 game. These include the 3 passing directions of forward, sideways, and back, the 3-line alignment of backs, midfielders, and forwards, and the constant involvement of every player, since in the 5 versus 5 game, no one can rest. Coaches use the 5 versus 5 game to help players read the visual cues presented in the diamond shape. First, can the ball be played forward? If not, then second, can the ball be played sideways? And third, can the ball be played backward? After learning these basics, players are ready for more advanced activities which continue to use the diamond-shaped principles while breaking down specific aspects of the game. The next developmental stage is teaching possible movements in the diamond formation through activities and 6 versus 6 games.
Okay, what we're going to be working on here is timing of checks. All right, timing of checks. Now, these 2 players will have the ball. Just go down there. You're in a big triangle, so go back there. All right, same thing over there. So make sure there's about 18, 20 yards of space. All right, then. So play the ball to where the 2 players are. Okay, what we're working on is when does this player come and check for the ball? Well, it is all based upon when these players are able to pass it. Let me just take your place for a sec. Now, the key is we play the ball back and forward 2 or 3 times here. Now, when I receive it and look up, you're going to check, all right? Play the ball back to him, go back in. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so the timing of the check is based on when I look up. All right? That's when you check. I'll play the ball in, play the ball back, and then go back again. Ready? Let's see how you do. And off we go. Don't forget to check away there. Try and get that. That's a good habit now. Yeah, ready, 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 ready. Move, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving.
The next session develops the idea of passing the ball to the furthest point possible.
Now, I want to try and introduce you to an important concept. An important concept. And that's the concept. Let me take your place. The concept of trying to play the ball always to the furthest player. So if this young lady will go behind the blue player, the black player there, go behind her. Good. Make that check. Make that check. Good. Now, the thing I like about this is that we have those two forwards are staggered because we never want them flat. We never want them flat. But the key thing for you is not to play the ball to the first player who's checking to you. Just stand still, but to play the ball to the player behind us. Stand still. Good. Okay. Now, this blue player, come nice and tight on this young lady there. Good. Let me have the ball, please, again. Now, what are the different things that you can do to combine when we play the ball to the second player? Now, yes, good. Now, wait, though. Wait. Come over. You brought her in. Good. If you play the ball to her, it's a bit of a dead ball. Stand still. But as this ball goes past you, spin to the outside. Let it happen. Blues, black. Find that combination. You ready? Go. Good. Superb. Good. Great. Now, that's one of the things you can do when you get them staggered. Now, she could be a forward or she could be a central midfield player. These two could be central midfield players. Let me have the ball, please. So that's what we're looking for in this exercise. When these three players can play the ball forward, I want you to do that. Because this is a game of vertical passing. If you can't go forward, play it sideways. But try and always play it to the furthest player. Does that make any sense? Because let me show you the other thing that can happen. Ball again, please. Now you check to me. Check to me. You stay back. Now play the ball into the second player again. Go on. Good. Stand still. Now come across this way. Good. Play the ball. Lay the ball back to her. And now get a shot off. You can get a shot off. Okay, that's good. Right? So if you drop to the ball and she's tight, you can spin to the outside. If you drop for the ball and she stays off, you come across this way. All right? But always try and find the second player. That's a very important point. Let me pass the ball to you. All right, go back. Go with her. Except for that blue. You come with her when she checks. Go back. Go back. And then check. Let it happen, blue. Take a touch. Take a touch. Take a touch. Good. Yes. Yes. Superb. That's what we're looking for.
The 6 versus 6 game is a small-sided exercise designed to simulate how a team moves from one third of the field to another. We divide the field into thirds. The defending third, the midfield third, and the attacking third. Players act differently in these thirds of the field. In the back third, they play with caution. In the middle third, they balance caution with risk. And in the attacking third, they take risks and try and score goals. The 6 versus 6 game helps players practice moving the ball from one third to another in activities called phase play.
Nobody is allowed over the halfway line. Playing the ball into two forwards or midfield players, and this is where we're working on checking. All right? Now for the part of it, those three players are trying to keep possession of the ball away from these two attackers, and you can use your goal if you want to. You can play the ball into the two midfield players to relieve pressure. So let's just take a look over here, right? So keep the ball away from these two, play on. Now when they win it, what they do is they play the ball back to their teammates, yeah, who then do the same thing. Let it happen. Black's got to let it happen. Okay, you try and keep it away from these two. Go on. Go and try and win it. Play. Look at the centre forwards. Good. Good. Keep it. Keep it. Keep it. Yeah. Keep it. Look at your side players. Good. Look at your centre forwards. Look at this player. Keep it. Blacks win it. Good. If blacks win it, they go back to their own players. And now play. And keep it. Ready? Play. Play, play, play. Good. Look at your centre forwards. Good. Yellows can't defend yet. First time, good. Keep it. Play the ball back in. Play. Look at your centre forwards. Good. Keep it. Keep it. Good. Can you split them? Can you split them? And hold. You can play on. You can play on. Okay, look, when this ball comes through in here, now what we're trying to work on is when to pass the ball sideways and when to pass the ball forwards, all right? When to pass the ball sideways and when to pass the ball forward. So when that ball is over there, play the ball back in over there. Just come back over here. Try and stay, see where those two are in a line there. Try and stay behind them. So as you go over there, yeah. Okay, now when the ball comes back to you, yeah? Good, now stay there. Where do you think the next pass is going to go? See that big space? Yeah, so it's going to go in here, right? All right, so play the ball back in over there. All right, play the ball back over. Good, good. Can you play the ball in? Good. Can you keep it? Yeah, ask to play the ball to this guy. Good, and keep it. Play the ball back again. Yeah, good. Now, good. Now, as the ball comes, now what you're trying to read is as he comes over, he's over there and he comes over. Now can you pass the ball through? Come over. No, so now what you do? You go over there, play the ball over there. Good, now, what do you think I want you to do? As you pass the ball over, you go and support. So you give each other an angle. So can he pass the ball forward right now? No, so what's he going to do? Play the ball back to him now. Can you play the ball through? Can you play the ball through? Yes, you can. Good. Play the ball over here. Good. Keep it. Keep it. Play, play. Yeah, that's it. Can you play the ball through? Yeah, okay, play on. Yeah. Blacks win it. Oh, well done. Play. That's it. Oh, play the ball back to your defenders. Go on, go on, go on, go on. Yeah, play the ball back to your defenders. Play. Yeah, play the ball to your teammates. Good. Keep it. Keep it. Give the ball back to them. Play again. Come back, son. Black player, come back. Can you play it through? Yes. Yes. Good. Keep it. Keep it. Keep it. Get ready, centre forwards. Yeah, can you check? Good. All right, good, and hold. Okay, great, and just stop right there. Good. Do you see what we're trying to do here? We're trying to teach these players angles of support. Angles of support. We're trying to teach these players to try and read the windows to pass the ball through. We're trying to teach these players when to check. And when do you check? When he's able to pass the ball to you. All right? Make it a bit more difficult. Just listen. When the yellows have it, play the ball in. The two centre forwards can be marked. All right? And one of the other centre backs must drop in. So when the yellows have the ball, you drop off. You mark him. And you mark him. Okay? So now they're being marked. Do you see that? So, same game, except now we're trying to keep the ball using our centre forwards. Now, if you just stand there, when we play the ball in, they're going to take it from you. So what are you going to do? Take him away. Take him away. And the only thing I'll say is that you must stay behind the yellow player, the defender. All right? Because we're trying to get those checks. Let's just see how it looks. Play. Play. Yeah. Yeah, could be. Good, that's it. Can you play it again? Too slow, you're right. That's good. Yeah, so ask for it. Ask for it. Play your centre forward if you have to. All right, that's a yellow ball.
The key purposes of the 6 versus 6 are teaching players composure on the ball and angles of support, helping players read tactical visual cues of when to penetrate or pass sideways, teach frontline and midfield players how to time their checks, teach center forwards to stagger their positioning, practice passing from the back line to the deepest frontline player, early support from backline players to front players, help teach front players to combine with each other, and teach front players how to make space for themselves and their teammates. The 8 versus 8 game is the culmination of the 5 versus 5 and 6 versus 6 small-sided games. As players progress to the level of playing 8 versus 8, we add 3 additional field positions. In doing so, we create 2 diamonds on the field at once as we put the players in a 2-3-2 formation. In this formation, the 2 center backs or defenders are number 2 and 3. The 3 midfielders are the right midfielder, who is number 7, the center midfielder, who is number 4, and the left midfielder, who is number 11, and the 2 forwards, who are numbers 9 and 10. As was the case in 5 versus 5, the goalkeeper is number 1. The visual cues remain the same for the attacking players as they look to make the farthest pass downfield, but in the 8 versus 8 game, there are more downfield choices. The 2-3-2 formation uses 2 center backs that allows them to feel pressure and to learn to both defend and attack against that pressure. Just as in the 5 versus 5, the right and left midfielders look to move up and down the touchline and to stay wide to open up the field for the 2 forwards, who work to stretch the field while using various combinations to create openings.
Now this is the classic situation where we have that diamond position that we practiced earlier when you were a little bit younger. We have the player at the back that has the ball. We have the player on the left. We have the player on the right. And we have the centre forward. Now, just for the sake of, let's have the centre forward push back just 5 or 6, right onto the centre back. Right onto the centre back. Okay. All right, now let's have everybody except for this player, this player, this player, and this player just kneel down. You stay standing. Everybody else kneel down. Okay. All right. So this is the diamond shape that we worked on earlier. Okay. And this is where we try to teach you the passing options. The game is played by passing the ball forward, sideways, and backwards. The first pass that we're always trying to hit is which pass? The forward pass, and the one that puts out the most defenders. All right, so the best pass I wanted to hit right now is this pass in here. All right, but if you can't do that, then because you just jump up, all right, and you jump up, you can't do that because this player who would normally be marking the flank play, just pop out there. Okay. Now, we taught you in the diamond shape if this space was available to try and pass the ball through. All right? You can't do that because this player is in here, so come back in again where you were. All right? So now what do you do? Well, if you can't pass the ball forward, you pass the ball sideways. So now you go sideways. Good. Great. Good. Now then, it's easy for you to recognize which foot to pass it to because they're playing sideways on. And that's one of the important things for the midfield players. Same thing with you, is always to try and be sideways onto the ball carrier. I never, except maybe for the centre forwards occasionally, I never want to see you standing here for a pass here. All right? Always try and get at an angle. The other thing that you must be careful of is running when he has the ball. Play the ball back into there again. Okay, yeah. You just come out the way. Good. You just go out there again. Is running over here too much? Come with me. Because now you're going to take away the pass into the centre forward, which is the pass we're trying to get. So as much as you can, you try and stay in over here. Okay? So, come back in. Everybody just jump up for a sec. All right. So if you can't pass the ball forward, you're going to pass the ball sideways. We're going to come back in over here, miss. Okay? We're live when he takes his first touch. Play the ball to his left foot. And play. That's good. Play, play. Get into your shape. Get into your shape, yellow. Well played. Play. And stop. Young lady over here. Over here. Now this is my right flank player in the diamond. Everybody sit down or kneel down except for this player, this player, this player, this player. Now this is on the other side of the field. This is the other diamond that we have. We have 2 diamonds. And that's why we put you in a 2-3-2. So those 2 diamonds are side by side. Now this player has all the same choices that that player had over there. So when you receive the ball, what's your first look? First look is this player over here. That's penetrating pass. Play through to this player. And just hold it right there. If you play that pass, then we have put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 defenders out of the game with 1 pass. Do you like that? That's the kind of pass that we want, right? Okay. So the ball goes back into this player over here. So that's the first place that we're looking. Play the ball back in over there, young lady. Okay. Good. This player gets the ball in this position, and I call this the number 2 position. That's the number 3 position. Your first pass forward if you can. Now, if you can't play the ball forward, then you play the ball sideways. But it's important that these players in these wide areas stay wide, go on, and don't go drifting into the middle of the field. So try and get into your shape, wide, go on, and on the touchline. Now the players who are in position need to learn how to move on the touchline. They move back for the ball. And they move away from the ball, and the way they do it is sideways. In other words, just watch. We don't run backwards this way, ball please. Because which way? No. If I run backwards this way, which way am I facing? I'm facing the wrong way. So back, move sideways. Go on, let me see you move sideways. Good. Now if she's not pressured, play the ball back in there again. If she's not pressured, he'll play the ball to which foot? To the right foot. Good. All right, now this is what we want. Just come out, goalkeeper, just come out. Now what we want here is we want these 2 fullbacks, these 2, put your hands up, to be under pressure all the time, because we're trying to make them into number 1, great defenders, and number 2, great players in possession of the ball. You can't do that if we play with 3 or 4 back there, because there's too many of you and it's too easy. So we want it to be under pressure. So now who becomes important? If they're 2 versus 2. Now the goalkeeper becomes important. That's why what you did was so good. Play the ball back to the keeper. Now when the goalkeeper wins it, I want this player to peel back that way slightly diagonally. Now he gives us an angle. This player peels over this side slightly diagonally. Now we have a 3 versus 2. If that player goes there, go on, and if that player goes there, now what pass do you have? You have the pass into this player in here. Now, if he has the ball there, I want you to try and come with me, slightly this way if you can, because now you can receive the ball how? Sideways on. Okay, so come back in here. Nobody moves till she touches it. Go on, play it in. Good, yes. Good, so that, and stop. Okay, great. Now let's go back to the situation that we had though. Come back again, sorry, come back. Excellent. Now I'm trying to teach the goalkeeper what to read here. Give the ball back to the keeper. Good. So the goalkeeper and these 2 fullbacks are very important. What actually happened was, you come inside, son. You come inside. The goalkeeper looked up. The pass to the centre midfield player was taken up, so he played the ball over there. And that will keep happening over and over and over again. All right? You can't move till he takes his first touch. And then we're live. Ready? Play. Wait. And play. Good. I love it. I love it. Play, play. It's a black ball. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Oh, it's another great goal. All right then.
In this example, the two forwards work together using crossover runs, crisscrosses, and staggered positioning to create attacking opportunities. The first diagram begins with the ball in possession of the defender, number 2. As the run develops, the number 9 forward in the diamond at the bottom of the screen begins to check for the ball, while the number 10 forward in the second diamond moves across the field into the space behind the number 9 forward. The ball is passed by the number 2 defender into the open space toward where the number 10 forward is moving. At this point, there are a couple of possible movements in support of the number 10 forward. First, the number 9 forward can peel back in a crisscross movement to occupy the space vacated by the number 10 forward. This provides support for the attacking player. In the second example, the number 4 midfielder can make a run to occupy the space vacated by the number 10 forward, with the number 9 forward taking his place in the midfield. This move is called a circulation movement. Once the play has ended, the players may return to their original positioning. Another attacking variation is the movement of the right and left midfielders across the field in an attacking motion. In this example, the ball is in possession of the number 7 midfielder, who advances the ball by dribbling toward the middle of the field. At the same time, the number 11 midfielder begins to make a run down the side of the field, and at the appropriate point, the number 7 midfielder passes the ball into space for the number 11 midfielder down the sideline. Once in possession of the ball, the number 11 midfielder has the opportunity to cross the ball to the number 9 and number 10 forwards for a scoring opportunity. Playing the 8 versus 8 game presents several teaching tools. First, the 8 versus 8 game provides the coach with 2 diamond shapes in a 2-3-2 format. Second, this game places pressure on the defenders to force them to develop good defending and attacking skills. Third, the number 7 and number 11 midfielders are trained to go wide to form the 2 diamonds of the 8 versus 8 format. Fourth, the number 9 and number 10 forwards learn to play to runs. Fifth, forwards can work with the number 4 midfielder to execute circulation movement. Finally, the number 7 and number 11 midfielders learn to move up and down the touchline, and that they can also come across the field. The transition to the full field 11-a-side game includes a 3-4-3 alignment that creates 3 diamonds within the shape of the formation. Just as in the other 2 examples, the goalkeeper is number 1. The 3 center backs or defenders are numbers 2, 3, and 5, and once again, by playing only 3 players on the back line instead of 4, we create more opportunity for each player to learn how to handle the ball under pressure and to cover and balance the field for one another. In the midfield, there are now 4 players, with the number 7 and 11 players remaining wide while providing balance in the defending third, width in the middle, and delivering crosses and shots in the final third of the field. The 4 and 6 players work together in the middle, learning to defend as a pair and to change the point of attack, sometimes even joining the attack for shots. Numbers 8, 9, and 10 play as forwards and look to exploit the defense for striking opportunities.
And play. Play the ball around the back. Play the ball around the back. And again. And stop, stand still. And hold. All right then. Are you the centre forward? What are you? You're right. Well, that's my right. That's my right flank player. So you're a centre forward. I've got 1, 2, 3 forwards, right? Yes? Okay. Now when she gets the ball, I want you to line up right ahead of her. Go back in over there. That's good. Okay. You stay standing, you stay standing, you stay standing, you stay standing. Everybody else kneel down. Except for those players. Okay. Kneel down, son. Kneel down. Okay, now that's a diamond shape right there that we have. And when this player has the ball, what is her first passing priority? Is to try and pass the ball to that player. Pass the ball to that player. Give it to her. Good, good pass. Now, if she can hit that pass, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 yellows to put out the game immediately. Is that a good pass? That's a very good pass. Because the best pass you can make is the first pass forward that either goes in the goal or puts out the most defenders. So let's give the ball back to this young lady here. Good. So whenever you can, I want you to try and hit that pass. Now, you'll see the way you're in a diamond. I always wanted to go wide right. Now you're sideways on. You'll always be here, you're sideways on. And you're always up there, you're sideways on. Okay. Now, one of the key things, one of the reasons we use 3-4-3 is to put a lot of pressure on the back 3 defenders. So they learn how to be good defenders and how to be good attackers. If I put another fullback there, it's much easier for you. If I can teach you how to play as 3, then you'll be great. All right. So let's just talk about how everybody else just kneel down except for those 3. Everybody else, can you kneel down? Yeah. Can you kneel down? Except for those 3. Now, that shape right there is quite good. You are covering for her because you're slightly behind her. But I'd like to go back just a little bit more. Okay? Good. And now you go back just a wee bit more, but not too much. Good. That's good right there. Now, you drop back in there so that if a ball gets played behind her, you can come across and then you swing inside. All right? And you're ready for any ball being played over both of them. All right? Any ball that gets played through there, you might be able to take care of as well. But you're also conscious of balls being played over your left shoulder. So you 3 fullbacks have to learn to try and play on a slant. Okay? Now, when I move over here with the ball, you need to reshape a bit, yeah? So that you're in a slant the other way. So come out a wee bit. Good. Lovely. Not too deep. Go back up. Come back up a wee bit. Good. So you're always covering for him. Okay? So that's why we play with 3 at the back there, to make sure that you do a good defensively. Are you ready? So make sure that you always give us that slanty. You're never flat. You're always at an angle. Come back a bit. Everybody jump up. Go back a bit. Go back a bit. Ready? And play. That's good. Well done at the back. All right then. So, where's my 3 fullbacks? Where's my 3 fullbacks? Put your hand up. 3 fullbacks, okay. I think you're doing too much running. Try and stay behind the game a bit. Number 1, you go forward, that leaves 2 back. Now when they counter-attack, we're in trouble. All right, stand still. Yellows come out about 4 or 5 yards. That black player, when the ball's in here, where should you be? You come in. You come in. Come on. Good. Where does that leave a gap for the black defense? On that space. So what's the job of that far side flank player? To come back and fill in that space and come in a bit. All right? Now, so that looks like you're playing with 4 at the back. And that's fine, because as soon as we win it, then you're going to go back out again. But when the ball's over on this side, the far side flank player has to come in and give balance, because he's got to come across. All right? Now, when the ball comes over there, good. Yes, go on. Now, what must you do? You must push out. Go on, stand still. You must push out. You must slide across. And what must you do? You must slide in over here and give us balance. And that looks like 4 at the back, doesn't it? But those outside backs, when we're playing with 3 at the back like this, you need to get back alongside the fullbacks, because they're going to have an awful lot of territory to cover. And that's going to be quite important. Let me have the ball, please. Are you ready? And play. Get pushed out, get pushed out, get pushed out. And stop. Okay, good. So how many are we defending with? We're defending with 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What about these 3 players up in here? What's their job? These 3 players. Their job is to position themselves in 1 or 2 ways. Either come back and try and double team, or position yourself so you're available for the counter-attack. In other words, when we win it, play the ball into this player here. In black. This player, central midfield player. This central midfield player here in black. Play the ball to him by mistake. That's an interception. Now we're looking for the counter-attack. That will probably be your best pass because of the angle. All right? If you're under heavy pressure, you can check in. You can play the ball into your feet and then we can come out, or you can play the ball behind you to the forward. But what the coach has to decide is what's he going to do with these three forwards defensively when the ball has gone past? I just wanted to play with 7 and leave these 3 players high. Let me have the ball, please. Yellows are still on the attack. And let's see if we can defend with 7. Come back in over here. Can we defend with 7? Plus a keeper? Yes? You don't look very sure. We'll see. Play. Pressure on the ball. Yeah. Now can we counter-attack? Good. Can we counter-attack? Good skill. Good skill. I love it. Get into your shape. Play on. Play on. Pressure the ball. And stop. Okay, bring the ball back in over there to the player in yellow. Okay, stand still. You're too far out. All right, if the ball goes over the top of this player, then we're in trouble. So you must slide over a bit. Good. You slide over a bit. Good. What must you do? You must rotate back in here. That's good, because you've got to be conscious of the ball being played over there. Now, when the ball gets into this position here, we're at the top of the penalty box. Who becomes the sweeper? The goalie. So any ball that gets played in between these defenders, you've got to take care of.
The 3-4-3 formation is the ultimate developmental shape in soccer. Using 3 back players in the 3-4-3 creates learning opportunities such as how to pressure, cover, and balance for one another. The 3-back system also improves the back players' attacking habits as they learn to handle the ball under pressure. Because the 3-4-3 structure provides 3 diamonds, the teaching concepts are the same as in the 5 versus 5 and 8 versus 8 games. The number 7 and 11 midfield players become complete flank players who have to help defend the back third, provide the team with width in the middle third, and participate in the attack in the front third. The number 4 and 6 central midfielders defend as a pair and change the point of attack for the forwards. 3 forwards develops a greater number of strikers than shapes that play with 2 players up front, providing more quality strikers over time.
I think the major contribution that a real club development program has is that it enables a club to get a progressive, integrated teaching system. In too many clubs, there's either no curriculum whatsoever, or the curriculum is for learning is disjointed, doesn't have any direction, doesn't have any real meaning to it. The other problem that so many clubs have is that the coaches, there's no relationship in the teaching process to what the coaches are doing. The club development system that we believe is beneficial, enables the coaches to have a common philosophy that they all espouse to. Now, we're not necessarily asking clubs to do exactly this, but we're trying to give clubs a model to build their teaching on, so that the coaches don't have to keep reinventing the wheel all the time as the players get older, that certain competencies will be reached at 7, which directly transfer to the 8-year-olds. So the coach of the 8-year-olds or the coach of the 9-year-olds doesn't have to reinvent the wheel every time the players move up, because that is an awful lot of wasted time. It's not sound teaching philosophy, and it's not based upon a continuous process where the players, they already recognize the situation, they recognize the visual cues, they recognize what they should do when they receive the ball in this position. And you don't have to reteach them all over again because you've already taught them.